Today we're going to talk about, are you living in survival mode? And this is going to be the ways for you to recognize and also some tips to break free if you do catch yourself on that state. Then let's start with talking about it. What is survival mode? The survival mode is the idea where we are constant or very often in that state of fight, flight, or freeze response. And that is a primal instinct that activates when our brain perceives that's a threat. Unfortunately, the threat doesn't have to be a real threat. Like years and years ago, the threat would be a lion or a tiger. In today's world, the threat may be your boss or your husband or your kids. And your body may stay on that constant state of stress. And the response triggers a cascade of changes in the body that really can affect your health. That it can change your heart rate. It can also increase the release of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, was a stress hormones. And when you really need that response, it's a fantastic life-saving experience that the body creates for you to escape from and survive from a true emergency situation. But unfortunately, when we stay on that for too long, it can cause a lot of problems for our health. Then the question is, how do we know when you are in a survival mode? Then here are some things that you can identify yourself in that state or not. The one would be ignoring your basic needs. Then you may find yourself neglecting essential needs like your nutrition, maybe you're not drinking enough water, maybe you're not sleeping enough, like basic things that we all know that we needed, you may not giving that priority. Number two would be difficulty focusing. You may catch yourself overthinking, over preoccupied about things. It's hard for you to multitask or to focus on a specific task at hand. You catch yourself sometimes even forgetting what is the next task that you're going to have to deal with. Number three, overwhelming stress. That you may catch yourself very overwhelmed by very small things or things coming, you feel like things are coming at your way, and you may catch yourself feeling helpless and sometimes even hopeless. Number four, sense of urgency. Everything feels urgent and crucial. You need to finish everything right now. You catch yourself with a lot of anxiety. And things that if you're not in that state, maybe you look at it and be like, well, that is really not that urgent. And number five would be memory issues. Then a lot of times when you're in that constant stress, it can affect your short-term memory. Make it very difficult for you to remember your to-do list or the things that you have planned to do the day. You catch yourself forgetting things, then that can be a sign of stress. Inability to relax would be number six. Is I see a lot of my patients where relaxation becomes really hard. And for some people, that can actually cause more stress than help. And very common people that have difficult time meditation, for example, where the meditation can actually triggers more stress than help. Then if that's you, remember that it is a sign of survival mode, and there are a lot of things we can do for that. The number seven would be mood swing. You probably catch yourself before where someone says something and you totally explode. You feel yourself irritable, you feel moody, and then when you pause later, you may recognize that was totally unnecessary. That's a very common sign of mood swing. And I also hear a lot of my patients, there'll be number eight, that lack of sleep. Then either you're having trouble starting sleep, stay asleep, or you're waking up in the morning, but you not really feel rested. Then all of those things can be a sign of survival mode. Then there were 8 different things there. how many of those do you have? Then be curious to kind of write those down and start to identify out of 8, how many did you have? 3, 4, 5, 7, maybe 8. That's start to give you an idea how is your body handling stress in the daily activities, in your daily life. Then let's talk about healthy stress versus chronic stress. What is the difference? Then healthy stress, it's the idea, and some people call it acute stress. That's, for example, if you're walking across the street and the car is coming, you need to do something. You need to run. You need to go somewhere. You need to cross the street faster. You need to hide yourself. You need to have some kind of stress reaction to survive. You can't just sit down in front of the car and be like, I'm going to relax and meditate here, right? That would be a healthy stress reaction. The problem is when we have that stress reaction all the time or most of the time, that's when it becomes a problem. Then where a healthy stress can actually enhance performance is really good when you play sports, for example. A chronic stress can lead to all sorts of problems with your health. It can lead to burnout, anxiety, headache, digestive problems, and even compromise your immune system. We definitely want to address that as soon as possible before it's too long, because the sooner we address that, the easier it is for you to heal and your body can feel better faster. Then the next question is, what happens when you are in survival mode for too long? Then I work with a lot of patients that's been in chronic pain for 15 years, 20 years, 5 years, 3 years. And the longer it's been there, the more your body is being experiencing stress, either physical or mental. And when you're having all this constant stress, think about you running a marathon. Like you can run a marathon for maybe 3 hours or so, but you needed to rest afterwards. When you're thinking about chronic stress, you're thinking about running a marathon for years, for days, for months. Can you imagine how much that would affect your body? It affects a lot. We wanted to make sure that we pay attention to those details because all of those things will affect your health. It can affect your physical health, your emotional health, and even behavior. Like because you're so exhausted, you don't have motivation, you don't have commitment for yourself to do the basic things that you know that's really going to help you. And now the main question that all my clients ask me is, okay, now I identify myself, I do have the stress reaction, or I may have the chronic survival mode. What do I do about it? How to break free from survival mode? And I'm going to give you some tips about that. To make sure that you take notes on that. And one is focus on your needs. Self-care is really important and it helps your body to recharge. Number 2, connect with others, family, friends, professionals like me. They would help you to create a safe space and an opportunity for you to express your feelings, are really, really healing for your nervous system and also for your body. Exercise, movement. If you can't exercise, at least do gentle movement, like walking, something that gets your body moving. The motion is lotion. The motion helps us to heal. We want to keep the body moving. It's really, really important for healing. Number 4, set realistic expectations. Many times I work with clients, they say, oh, I haven't, like let's say exercise. I haven't exercised in months. I'm going to exercise every single day for an hour. That's not really realistic. That actually can create more stress into the body. Then make sure that when you're creating your goals, you're creating realistic goals. That's actually inside of my academy. We have a whole chapter explaining how to create realistic goals because I see that as a very common problems with the patients that I work with, where they create unrealistic goals and they actually create more stress than help. We want to make sure that we're creating realistic goals. Number 5, forgiving yourself. It's really important to understand that we are all human. We all make mistakes. I call them the oops. And we can all forgive ourselves for being human. It's okay. None of us are perfect. Number 6, create a new plan. If things are not working for you, recalculating, find something else, something that is going to promote the healthier life balance, the work-life balance that you need. A healthier work-life balance is so important. Number 7, seek help. If you really struggle and you don't know where to start and it's really hard for you to move forward, make sure that you consider seeking professional help from therapists, from coaches like me, someone that's going to really give you the extra support that you can learn how to manage the stress better. Then you can also join us. I create for my patients what I call the Be Health Academy as a way to support the people that don't have that extra support, or that if you are working with a therapist or a coach, it gives you that support also between sessions. Then Be Health Academy offers comprehensive resources and guidance to help individuals just like you regain control of their well-being. We blend science and holistic healing. Then you can rewire your brain, reconnect with your body, and make changes that will last. And that would lead you to a much healthier and fulfilled life. Then I see that happening to my patients over and over. I've been doing this work for over 15 years, and I know that it's totally possible to go away and remove the survival mode feeling that you may be experienced. And I hope that you find a resource to work with you. If you feel called, please join our academy. It'd be wonderful to meet you. Then let me know that you watched this video. And please leave a comment below and let us know, between the suggestions I gave you, what is the technique that you learned today that you would like to apply to break free from the survival mode. Then I hope this is helpful. I will see you soon. Thank you.